Hey, what's up? I'm Liz, this Splitseed DIY, and the holiday season has descended upon us. I really like the holidays. I love decorating and celebrating with friends, and so for the entire month of December, this channel is going to go on full holiday mode, and is going to be doing holiday projects galore because I actually planned ahead this year, and I'm ready for it. So before I start this video, I have to give a shout out to John Park from Adafruit. On one of their live streams, the Show and Tell live stream, he demonstrated putting a circuit playground board, as my code goes off, in a snow globe, a plastic snow globe, to kind of give it a fun glittery effect, and I really liked it and I wanted to make my own. So the first holiday themed project, again, shout out to John Park for the idea, is going to be a circuit playground powered snow globe. So you can get these plastic snow globes at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's, any of those. And so basically what it is in 3 parts, and you got the globe portion, and then there's kind of like a water sealed base, and then a part that you can kind of screw on to give it a sturdy base to sit on. And also, I think, protect against some leaking. I'm going to be putting some electronics in this portion, obviously, so that is definitely a calculated risk, similar to, but not as risky as water cooling a computer. So basically what you need, it will kind of depend on your snow globe. Mine came with this fun sheet of directions that gave me some helpful tips on the materials I'd need to make this like a really solid globe. So it may depend on the materials that your globe is made out of, but mine's plastic, so I'm going to be using distilled water for the liquid. Distilled water is good for applications like this that are going to kind of stay because it doesn't have the oxygen, so it's not as prone to bacterial growth as like your normal like spring water or tap water especially. Then you're going to want some glycerin, which I had some, and what that does is it kind of gives the more floaty effect of the water, kind of makes it a little bit thicker. You also may or may not want some Envirotex, which I found out about from the instructions. Basically, this just gives it a glossy finish and also does some waterproofing. You're also going to want something to put in your snow globe. Mine is going to be a Peanuts themed snow globe, so I have a little Charlie Brown ornament that I got for cheap at a discount store this year. You probably don't want to put something that's like a family heirloom inside, but so just get something like kind of cheap and fun to throw in there. Then E6000 glue, honestly, if you don't have some already, you should, because it's like some of the best all-purpose like craft and glue that you can get. And so that's how the figure is going to stay in the globe. And we have, of course, got some glitter to make everything really shimmery. And finally, the star of the show, the Adafruit Circuit Playground board. I have it coated right now so that when you shake it, the lights come on and it plays the Linus and Lucy music from the Peanuts. And I actually coded this using MakeCode, and if you don't know what MakeCode is, it's this free online application that you can use either browser-based, or if you're on Windows, you can also download the app from the Windows Store. And basically, it's a graphical coding interface similar to Scratch. Right now, you can use it with Circuit Playground and also the Microbit, a couple other applications as well. And it's pretty cool. You just drag and drop, and I wanted to play around with it. I thought this project would be pretty fun for it since it's a simple project and I didn't want to spend like too much time refining the code. And where the Circuit Playground is really a really awesome board for this, since it has the row of NeoPixels, but it also has the accelerometer so that you can have things be triggered on the board when it shakes. And what do you do with a snow globe? You shake it. So I thought that'd be really fun. So the first thing you're going to need to do based on these instructions is actually glue the figurine or whatever you have that's going to be sitting on here to the base. And it says to let the glue dry for 24 hours. So that's going to be a bit. So while we're waiting for this to dry, why don't we take a look at what MakeCode is and how this code looks. All right, so this is MakeCode. I'm using the desktop app that you can use in Windows, but it's also available in your browser. And I'll link the browser version down below because you might find that to be a little bit more helpful than this. But basically, when you open it up, it looks like this. It looks like the interface. It basically almost kind of acts like an IDE for this like graphical interface. So you upload the files the same way that you upload them to your board. It's a UF2 file, and when you open those files up in the MakeCode interface, you can also edit them. And I'll have the UF2 file up on my GitHub, and also the GUI link, because you can also share through MakeCode, so it creates a URL. But so this is the code I've done. It's a little bit busy because we're playing one node at a time. But you can do functions within MakeCode. So basically, what I've done here, I've made a function called play music, where I've set the volume and the beats per minute. And then what I've done is so that the lights are going at the same time as the music, I have it show a single frame of the like rainbow effect, which is kind of funky because it gives it that cool, it almost seems like the lights are changing with the music, even though it's kind of like a workaround. And then I just have the Linus and Lucy theme plugged in one note at a time. So yeah, I have the music going. Then I have the animation spin for like 5 seconds, and then I stop all sounds and clear. And then the way I call this function is on shake. So when the thing shakes, it does the function. So you can, what's cool about the MakeCode thing is that you can like see it in action on your board on the side. My cat Winnie is meowing right now. She wants attention. Yeah. So you can test things out on here. So like you can press shake. So that's pretty cool if you're like kind of coding on the go and you don't have your board. You can kind of see how it's going to be in the GUI, which is nice. It's a nice feature. But yeah, so that's the MakeCode. And then the way that you get it out is you hit save down here at the bottom, and you're able to save the UF2. And you can also download it as well to your board. And then you can also share it. First you have to publish it, and then, well, actually I'm going to be doing this, so I might as well publish project. And then your project's ready at this URL, and here's my code, just kind of chilling. And then anyone can edit it or anything like that. So I'll include this link on GitHub along with just the straight up UF2 file that you can download and also edit in the GUI if that's your desire. It does take a little bit to load, I did notice that, but there you go, there it is. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little program. And that's how this project is running. It's using this. And now MakeCode, like obviously it's aimed at kids, right? It's aimed at education, but I think it's also helpful for people that like, especially for a project like this at the holidays, if you just want to like add in some lights or some music really quick and you aren't necessarily like a coding master, you don't want to waste a lot of time. Well, not waste, but you know what I mean. You don't want to spend a lot of time doing that, then this is a really nice solution, I think. And it's also really cool when you think about it, like that you can code doing this kind of thing now. Like, it's crazy because there's a ton of back end going on here. Like someone had to put a lot of work in so that you can just drag these little blocks. So definitely play around with MakeCode. It's pretty cool.
All right, so it's obviously a couple days later, and with good reason. Making a snow globe is no joke. As you can see, I have accomplished it, but it takes a while, and mainly just a lot of waiting. Waiting for the various glues to dry, waiting for the resin stuff to dry. Like, there's just a lot of drying. I ended up letting the glue dry for about 24 hours, and that's the original glue that Charlie Brown found himself stuck to the base of the snow globe with. I found that it was still just a little bit too tacky for my liking at first, so even though it says 8 hours, I'd wait 24, to be quite honest with you. And then the resin stuff, a couple things. I regret using stuff that wasn't disposable. Right now I am slowly but surely getting the stuff off of the cups I used, but despite like following the directions for cleaning things with alcohol and everything like that, it still didn't quite come off. So that's my learning error. I hope by me telling you this that you won't do it yourself. People that have used that stuff before were probably shaking their heads at me when I was doing it, but it said not to put it in anything that was wax-based, and all the cups that I had that were disposable were wax-based, so I went with my cheap like plastic drinking cups. That stuff as well, I waited a lot longer for it to dry, that said, because I just didn't like the feel of it. It still felt a little bit tacky, so that was also
24 hours. So basically, if you're gonna make this for someone as a gift like this is, you're gonna want some lead time. This whole process has probably been about, in total, 3 days. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you're gonna do it with kids, that maybe as the adult that's supervising them, you say, hey, pick out a fun trinket that you want, and then do all the prep for them, and then say, okay, we're making the snow globe. Also with the snow globe, I did put like a decent amount of water in it. I wish I'd put just a tiny bit less, just so it could like shake around a little bit more with the glitter. But overall, I'm pretty pumped on how this looks. So one thing I have struggled with for the electronics of this project is having a battery that has a large enough capacity to handle the script that I'm running on the Circuit Playground. I need to get a larger lithium battery to properly do it. The script works and everything, but it's just that I keep losing a charge really quickly, so I need to get a larger battery. The good news is when it freezes up because it doesn't have enough charge, the NeoPixels stay on, and ooh, it looks so pretty. Look at that glitter. That's nice. Which honestly, the lights being on in the first place are what inspired me to even make this project. This whole thing was quite the learning process. I had never made a snow globe. I was using a lot of kind of mediums I'd never worked with before, and including the MakeCode, I'd never really done that before either. So overall, I'm pretty excited about it. Do need that larger capacity battery, but other than that, like, I think it came out pretty well. I think if someone wanted to just like try out electronics, this would be a good project kind of jump into, because you get something like kind of tangible out of it with just like some fun electronic flair that's easy to throw in. So I think for beginners or like kids or people that maybe haven't done electronics before but have like made things before, this would be a fun way to kind of get your feet wet, but just don't get your electronics wet. But that's gonna do it for this video, and it is the first of a few holiday projects that will be coming on this channel in the next couple weeks. I will also have a write-up on Hackster for this project as well, which will also include the MakeCode file for this project in case you want to play with the code yourself. That's going to be down in the description, as well as all social media links so you can follow. You have seen some fun behind-the-scenes cryptic messages about this project. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing for more content like this. Like I said, more holiday projects coming at you for the month of December. And until next time, this has been Blitz City DIY.